Hello everyone, it's Cromptar again. I have a deck profile for you today, but this time it's for Dice Masters. If you're unfamiliar with Dice Masters, check out my other videos. I'll have them linked in the description. And anyways, it's a brand new game count for WizKids. It has four expansions, 2 Marvel, 1 Yu-Gi-Oh, and 1 Dungeons & Dragons, which just came out. I know next to nothing about Dungeons & Dragons, but it's a really fun set. I really like the characters, really like the abilities, and I made a deck specifically for the Dungeons & Dragons expansion, and we're going to do the deck profile today. So, let's start it off. So first I'm just going to go through the individual cards, and then we'll talk about the strategies after. So for our lowest cost, we have Kobold, that is the uncommon. Next up we have Stirge, which is common. Half-Orc Fighter, the rare. Half-Dragon, uncommon. Human Paladin, common. Copper Dragon, common. Dracolich, that is the uncommon. Magic Helmet, that's the uncommon. And then our 2 action cards are going to be Blessing and Dimensional Door. The action cards aren't crucial to this deck build, but these are the ones I found most useful in this deck build. So let's start with our low-cost Kobold. So it costs 1 fist energy in order to buy one of these dice. So on turn 1, you have a potential of getting 4 of the Kobold dice. So he's evil affiliation, he's equipable, he's a monster, and his first ability is Swarm, which means when his dice is in the field, and I pull one of his dice out of the bag, I get to pull an additional dice out of this. So if you get these right away, a good chance you're going to have more dice, and so you can buy more stuff later. Next thing is, it's kind of a downside, must attack if your opponent controls any adventurers. And last one is, at least 1 adventurer must block this Kobold if able. So he's not really that handy on the field. He's handy for the start of game, when you need to get your walls up, and and Swarm is just an valuable ability. Next up we have Stirge. He is neutral affiliation, and he's a monster. So, and he only costs 2 energy, 1 of which is Fist. Cannot be blocked by characters with a purchase cost of 3 or higher. Now this is better for later in the game when the opponent has higher cost characters out, and so pretty much if you can get 2 or 3 of these in the field, you can pretty much just swing for, you know, up to 9, or no, up to 12, and secure your win that much faster. Next up we have Half-Orc Fighter. Now, so it costs 3 fists, evil affiliation, it's equipable, and it has the new experience ability, which means when you on your turn, when you destroy a monster, you get 1 attack and 1 defense token on this card permanently. So as long as you have this in the field, any of your characters can swing and take out one of the monsters. You only get 1 token per turn, and then you get 1 token on this Half-Orc Fighter, and then so permanently he has, say you have a level 3, he'll now become a 4/4, and then next turn 5/5, so on and so forth. And the next ability is, when you field this character, you immediately use the equip ability to equip a gear die to it. Now the rulebook isn't quite clear on this, so I'm going to use this in tandem with Magic Helmet, which is, equipped character cannot be affected by your opponent's action dice or character abilities, which I think is going to be a very strong strategy. So I assume this means when I field this character, I can immediately get one of these dice for free and equip it to Half-Orc Fighter. So correct me if I'm wrong. And then also the last ability is, when it has a gear equipped, Half-Orc gets +3 attack when engaged with a good character. So that's a pretty good ability there. Now next up, Half-Dragon. 4 cost, neutral affiliation, also a monster. So first ability is, while active, dragons cost you 1 less to purchase to a minimum of 1. So the reason I chose this card, I may choose the rare variant of this. I'm not too decided on that. They have similar abilities, but the rare counterpart costs more to buy. So the reason I have this is because I have 2 dragons in my deck, and they're the win condition of this deck, I'd say. And next up, while active, when you field a dragon, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So that means anytime you field one of my 2 dragons, my opponent is going to take 1 life damage. Now next up, Human Paladin. This is the guy I'm going to want to keep in the field as long as possible. He's 4 cost, good affiliation, and equipable. Now he also has experience. We talked about this just a moment ago. Now here's the most important part. While active, your characters in the field cannot be affected by global abilities used by your opponent. Now, global abilities are abilities that can be like target character must block, target character can't block, and global abilities can be used by anyone at any time. So if you bring a card with a global ability, it can be used against you just as much as you're using it against your opponent. So this card also has a global ability, Pay Shield, reduce the damage you take from a character's ability to 1. So it's not win or lose global ability. I don't think it's going to be utilized that much. I'm mostly using it for its middle ability. Next up we have Copper Dragon. So its first ability is Breath Weapon 1. Pay 1 energy, generic energy, to deal 1 damage to your opponents and all of his creatures. So say if he has a bunch of, I'm not sure if that includes NPCs or not, but anyways, a lot of characters out there only have 1 health, so you just pay 1 energy and you pretty much can take out, on average, like half of their characters. And also, when fielded, put a gear equip to an opposing character into his prep area. So say if your opponent has a lot of equip cards, like this magic helmet, every time you field this, that equip dice goes into their prep area and can no longer be used in that turn. So that's why I'm using Copper Dragon, to get rid of those equip cards used by my opponent. Now, for my favorite card of this deck, I won my local draft with this card, and I'll tell you why. So it also has Breath Weapon 1. It does cost 7 mask, but I can usually get this out by turn 4 or 5. So Breath Weapon 1, same as Copper Dragon, but this one here, when fielded, you may purchase a basic action die at no cost and roll it. If you use it and it shows an action face, otherwise put it in your bag. So what I do is when I field this, I get a dimensional door. 1 target character you control cannot be blocked this turn. So I declare my Dracolich unblockable, and he has a potential of swinging for 8. And I get that dice for free, and I get to keep it without actually paying 4 generic energy for it. So that's why I like this card. And plus, with my my half dragon, if it's in the field, I'll be able to get it for 6 instead of 7. And then my 1 quip card. So the quip character cannot be affected by your opponent's action dice or character abilities. So when I have Human Paladin, I'm most likely going to equip my magic helmet to this. So pretty much this Human Paladin can only be taken out by a direct force. And so by turn 3 or 4, after he's got a bunch of experience tokens on him, he's going to be pretty hard to take out. And then by later on, he only costs 4. I'm probably going to have a bunch of them in the field. And then we'll just go over the quick basic action cards. So we have Blessing. I don't use them that much, but again, almost all the other action cards in this set have global abilities, and I don't want them to be used against me. So each of your characters gets +1 attack and +1 defense, and then if you have double burst, 2 of your characters get an additional 1 attack and 1 defense. So it can be useful later on, but this is the one I like the most. 1 target character control cannot be blocked this turn. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck profile, and that's pretty much the strategy I'll be rolling with. I highly recommend this game to anybody. Again, I have quite a few videos of Dice Masters on my channel, so feel free to check them out. And if you like these kind of videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!